Hiện giờ thì tôi đang có mặt ở trong phòng tuyển sinh của trường Kimball Union và ngồi ngay cạnh tôi đây đó chính là giám đốc tuyển sinh của trường Kimball Union Academy là thầy George Lavo. Thầy là giám đốc tuyển sinh của nhà trường và tôi sẽ đặt ra một vài câu hỏi mà tôi tin chắc rằng là các quý vị phụ huynh cũng như là các bạn học sinh luôn luôn là thắc mắc, luôn luôn là muốn hỏi đội ngũ của AMVNX ở Hà Nội hay là ở Hồ Chí Minh, và nhiều khi đó cũng là câu hỏi mà tôi đón nhận được trực tiếp từ các quý vị phụ huynh mỗi lần mà tôi có mặt tại Việt Nam. Vậy thì cách tốt nhất chúng ta hãy đặt câu hỏi này đến đại diện tuyển sinh và là giám đốc tuyển sinh của trường Kimball Union. Thank you, George, so much for your time today to spend with AMVNX team. And there are a few questions that we always get from students and also parents in Vietnam. They ask a lot of questions about Kimball Union when we present, share with them why Kimball Union is a good fit school for them. So the first question that we always get asked that about, can you share with them about the academic program at Kimball Union? Because on the website, when they see a lot of the art picture, they see about the farm picture. So can you please share with them how strong the academic program at Kimball Union?
So it's a strong academic program here, really tailored to the individual student. So you're going to find 140 different classes that a student can take. So just a lot of breadth and a lot of depth. Certainly those AP classes, and we have a lot of those. We're the only school in the country, only boarding school in the country where you can take classes at Dartmouth as part of your high school diploma. So when a student has finished, particularly in math and science, foreign language, and they've leveled out here at Kimball Union, they can go down the street to an Ivy League college and continue their studies. We have these scholar programs, which I'll talk more about. I suspect you'll want to know about our signature programs, opportunities for students to dig in to subjects that are really interesting to them. And some really interesting, kind of co-academic extracurricular programs like the farm team and the fire brigade that are truly one of a kind that you don't find anywhere else. But ultimately, I think what draws students to Kimball Union is that it feels like a community really built for kids to explore things and have fun. It's a community that really celebrates fun and really celebrates nice, warm, kind, generous kids.
Yeah, thank you for that question. And the great information about that a student, Kimball Union is probably the only student here in the country be able to go to Dartmouth, one of the 8 Ivy schools in the US, and take the class over there, right? So the students really want to challenge themselves, really want to go to great college or prepare for college in the future. That will be the great option for them. And I see that as a campus like about 1,300 acres. And the facility great, a lot of building, a lot of sport, a lot of program, like about 140 courses, 20 courses, AP courses, and then honor courses. So can you please share with us about the signature program here? That what you see the student here, they love to engage into the program, they love to join the program.
So you asked about signature programs, and there are a number. So obviously, we have this unique opportunity. The fire brigade is one of these unique opportunities. You go down the road here, you'll see the fire department. It is staffed by KUA students. It's staffed by KUA community members who wear a pager, and when the pager goes off, they go and they fight fires right here in town. So if you're driving in, you'll see a burned down barn. The first responders to that barn were KUA students. A lot of students find the fire brigade is a learning by doing exercise for them. Some of them discover that they're really interested in public safety and law enforcement. Others love the activity, the exercise, the opportunity to give back. It's truly community service at the most truest sense of the term. We have these scholar programs as well that give students a lot of opportunity to dig deeper into subjects of their choosing. And they really sort of feel like college majors. So we have them in what we call the Global Scholars Program, STEM Scholars, and Art Scholars. And these are over and above the work that students are doing during the school day at KUA. They're going to go beyond their studies, add to that with seminars, workshops, opportunities at Dartmouth typically. There might be trips as well. We had a group of students just get back from New Zealand. We're the only school in North America that's part of a global consortium called the Gale Convention. So a couple schools in Asia, South America, New Zealand. Once a year, students meet in a student exchange program. We're the only school in North America that participates in that. And so our students just spent 2 weeks in Auckland, New Zealand with students from all over the world. So I think you'll find as well that when we set about a signature program or a thing, it's to put students at the center of it and to really celebrate the diverse interests of this community. So those would be, right off the bat. Obviously the KUA farm, which you spent some time at today, it's a working farm and our students work it. They're tasked with making sure that the pigs have food. Now that dinner is over, they're heading over there and bringing the scraps from the dining hall over to feed the pigs and to maintain it, both as a site for maintenance, but also to use it as a research site. So you'll hear a lot about statistics research coming out of there, environmental research coming out of KUA Farm, and also maple syrup. So I believe when I was last in Vietnam, I brought some maple syrup with me, but maple syrup, eggs, trying to really appreciate what we can get from the space that we're in right here.
Yeah, and I know that you're probably really familiar to Vietnamese family in Vietnam, that they always ask about college matriculation.
Right.
So can you please share with us a little bit about how Kimball Union college counselor can prepare for the student here for college application and also the college matriculation of 2022?
There might not be any great secret to that, and except for what we've been able to do is just lower the ratios. So we have 4 counselors. We have 4 staff in our college counseling office working with a graduating class of usually less than 100. Right, that might be it. So I just think that ratio kind of works to the advantage of our families. It gives them opportunities to communicate readily and actively with both colleges and with school. And it means that they're writing really compelling letters of recommendation that are really thoughtfully composed, that they know these students. And that's just true, period, right? I think as you walked around today, you see students who know their faculty who know the students, administrators, our head of school who knows what was happening at the soccer game last night. This is not faked, right? So I think all of that allows for us to be really compelling advocates for our students in the college admissions process. This is not a fast track to Dartmouth. Many of our students do go to Dartmouth, but it is by no means a launch pad for every student. I'd say every year, we'll have 2 to 3 students for whom that's a great fit, but we see a lot of students going to a broad range of schools from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast, and finding that fit for a lot of students. And I think given the size of our student body, less than 100 in that class, a large number of counselors working with them just makes it really successful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And my probably last question
Sure.
for you today was about Vietnamese student. What do you think about the student from Vietnam, and what type of student do you think they will be the good fit for Kimball Union Academy?
Yeah, I think about this a lot because, we're not going to be right for everyone, but I do think we're right for a lot of kids. Certainly, there are the resources here to support students with a broad range of learning options and outcomes. We're really proud of our Learning Center. Students who have not necessarily had executive function support or study skills in the past can have a little bit more in-depth support at KUA than they may be used to at their previous setting. We want kids that love to learn and love to be in community. The Vietnamese students that we have, I think, want to jump into everything that's going on. They're excited and curious about the farm as well as about learning some new things like hockey and tapping maple trees for maple syrup. But I think that there's an energy about the campus. There's an extroverted quality about our students that they want to be there for each other. They're looking out for each other. Academics are important, but when we think about being selective, we're not selecting just for academics. We're selecting primarily for students who we think are going to be kind, warm, thoughtful, generous. In a given year, KUA is going to get more applications than we can fully support. And so about a third will get in. And the third that we're looking for are going to be students that are going to just really understand what this is about and meet us where we're at so we can meet them where they're at. Those kids, I think, tend to be excited about all the academic offerings, but at the same time, ready to push themselves and try some new things.
That's right.
Yep.
A student, can not fit into any 400 boarding school in the US. But the right fit student will be the one will really enjoy their time here, will be really happy, will be able to join any type of activity around the campus because it's a beautiful campus, a lot of it outdoor activity all over the season that students can do. And I strongly believe that Kimball Union can be great fit school for many students for many reasons, even for academic or like for the activity they want to join or for the college preparation, that how that the nature of the school can prepare for the student. It's not like because like we have an excellent college admission officer that helps students get into the top university, just because of the community where the students have a really neat connection that can help them to have a great community, have a great communication with the school and the staff, and how they can get support from everybody.
Yeah, I guess the last thing I'd say is, if you're thinking about a boarding school, from Vietnam, you're 8,000 miles from here. You want your child to be well cared for. You want to know that they're going to be seen, that they're going to be loved, that they're going to be taken care of. And if KUA should be a fit, and if KUA ends up being that place and they get a welcome box from us in the spring, that's the commitment from us. This is a place that's kind of all in on the love and heartfulness.
Thank you so much for your time today, George.